It is the producer show, March 21st, right?
March 21st.
March 21st.
I'm not aware of any holiday today.
No holidays today? Damn. You want to look one up?
Yeah, I'll look one up.
All right. Well, we got Brando and Sue. Brando, thank you for coming in with us.
How's it going, guys?
Vibes are so much better in this room when we have a guest, Justin, I think. Like, it's just very talkative. Not that it's boring between you and I, but it's a different feel. It's a different feel.
Today's the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination.
Oh, nice. That's a good day.
Happy International Day for...
I did see a comment on Twitter that somebody said it was National Down Syndrome Day, and they thought that this was a day that you could maybe find
love. Yes, I did see that too.
I don't know.
Oh, you saw Justin's Plaything on...
Oh my God.
Plaything. Justin's Plaything. What a name there. But Brando, again, thank you for coming in. I'll just say this, pre-show banter was through the roof nonstop until we got here. I've been married for a long time at this point. You're in a relationship, Brando. I'm not a babe guy. Like, I don't say babe. You said, wish me luck, babe. You're a babe guy.
I can be, yeah.
Yeah. You're babe. Do you call her baby? You say baby
not
too?
really, not out loud.
Babe?
Like maybe message.
Did you notice that, Justin, at all? Did you notice the babe thing?
I noticed it, but I don't think it was like
overly weird
crazy.
Or anything like that. I don't like to. Maybe that's like a thing with me. I don't like to like talk like that. I don't do it. I don't look down on you for doing it.
I don't do it that much. Like,
yeah. But you're a babe guy. It's all right. It's a babe guy.
So,
Tom Brady's a babe guy. He calls all the guys babes. So, all right, that is what it is. All right, where do you want to start today, Justin? Sorry, that was my big takeaway. He like yelled it.
In typical Dave fashion, he finds some random thing that like irks him or like.
Everybody would bring that up. Like Kirk would bring up if you yelled because she's here, by the way, down the hall, and you're like, wish me luck, babe.
He's just doxing
wish me luck, babe.
Girlfriend.
I didn't say anything else about her that she's here. That's all. And I asked him if I could say she's here before. So that's all. All right, where do you want to start, Justin? What do you think is the biggest takeaway?
Let's see, babe. I got Omaha. Sadly,
yep.
Experian bracket busters. Rico and Kirk will not be getting the prize once again.
No 40K.
No 40K this year. Omaha, they kept it close.
Yep. Did you watch any of this game?
A little bit.
I can't stay up that late.
It was late. 9:45.
Yeah.
It's like we mentioned about how like it was in Providence.
Right.
I looked it up to like see tickets were like $250 for
crazy
like, seats.
Crazy prices. Crazy.
Yeah, it's because St. John has that big coach, right?
Rick Pitino? Is that right? Rick Pitino?
You're talking Pitino, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the tickets were like just.
Well, it's also just a really popular thing to go to. You get to go to 2 NCAA basketball. It's a great day. So they're just going to be expensive regardless.
Yeah, and then Omaha sadly didn't stand a chance against the powerhouse that is St. John.
Yeah, I think when I went, and maybe times have changed. When I went to the regionals of the NCAA tournament in college, I think I got to see 4 games. I'm really. I know we talked about this the last producer show, but I'm pretty sure I got to see 4 games.
Where'd you see it? In Providence?
In the DCU Center.
Oh, in Worcester.
It was when UVM, that guy hit like a half court shot. He was shooting like almost, like Steph Curry makes those long threes now popular and shit like that.
A big upset.
It was a huge upset against Syracuse, right? I think.
I have no idea. I've never been a big tournament guy. But yes, sadly, I know like Kirk was involved with it with Rico. Yep. Rico picked Omaha. Didn't work. Lost by 30.
Lost by 30. There's
always next year. I do like how he sticks with even though like Rico's not on the team anymore. He mentioned on a name that he doesn't really talk anymore. Rico said that sometimes they talk and call about movies, which is very funny for Kirk to
Kirk challenged.
Call that out and be like, well, that's just a lie.
Which, by the way, that's a good segue to the fact that Kirk didn't know that Ryan Whitney was going to be on Unnamed the other day. That's pretty crazy that they didn't notify him of that.
Yeah. It was...
the host of the show doesn't know that, the other one of 3 people is not going to be there. Or one of 2 people is not going to be there, basically.
It was like one of the things where it was like, well, if you're going to text Dave that you can't be there, unless he needed to take like time off for like a long time. But if you're just missing a name because you're in, I think he said he was in like Nova Scotia, like doing something, just text it in they have a chat between all 3 of them to like talk about unnamed stuff.
Strange. What do you think about that, Brando?
That's Kirk's homeland too, right? Nova Scotia.
That
That's
is
where
correct.
his mom's from.
Justin got that trivia question right.
Very odd that he was left out of that. I don't know if it might be kind of telling on the relationship that even though Kirk's a Barstool guy now, he's still like a little bit left on the outs, maybe. You know what I mean?
From what perspective? From the Portnoy perspective or the Whitney perspective? Like not because Whitney could have included him. Him and Whitney are really close. So
that's true.
I feel like Whitney just like forgot. He just texted Dave because he saw a thread or something like that.
It might just be stupidity at the end of the day.
You never know. So, All right. Anything else from let's stay on Unnamed for a second. Any other takeaways from Unnamed?
Takeaways that Kirk might be going to Nashville.
Yes. For IceCon.
With Mike Mutnansky.
I wonder how this whole thing came
IceCon.
about. I wonder how, I think Dave on the thing said Kirk wanted to go. Is that how Dave worded it? Or maybe somebody else reached out
I'm sure
to
they
Kirk
talked about it a little bit. I'm sure it has to do with like Elio's relationship with horse racing and Dave's fascination with
Almost
Mutt.
like Kirk's just doing it as a favor and then try to convince Mutt to go. Almost like that's the entire point of the entire trip.
Yeah, and it's I mean,
And
it sounds like
exactly what we would have predicted is Kirk would tee it up for Mutt, and then Mutt would cause some type of problem. Like, I can't just get
Swing
away.
and a miss.
Right, I can't just get away. A huge opportunity, and then probably wouldn't make it happen.
it sounds like Kirk's like, I'll definitely go if someone else goes, and it was, and Portnoy's like, Whitney? And
Yeah.
he's like, no, a mutual friend of ours who's really into horse racing, and he got it. But yeah, it seems like it would be just like Mutt's like. Have you seen videos and stuff from IceCons in the past?
Yes.
It looks probably the closest thing at Barstool to a Minifan event that
Yes.
is not a Minifan event.
Yeah, it's like a small, like almost like a networking crew that goes out for the night, and
Those
they're
people.
all on the same page, and they're all maniacs.
They're all
Yeah.
like very. You can talk to them about anything there.
right.
I feel like they're all like they're bonded by being Icemen or whatever.
They're bonded by goals. They just want goals.
Yes.
You just got to get the over. They want goals. What does he say? He's like 3 plus
3 + 3 = 7. That's a big thing. Of
Yeah,
his.
yeah. So they just. I wonder if that's going to happen. It seemed like it was only going to happen if Mutt went, which is,
Yeah.
the fact that Mutt wouldn't pull that off is an absolute shame, Brandon.
What else? What else does Kirk need to do for Mutt at this point, other than
Maybe,
I don't know. It's crazy.
maybe the Viking couldn't give Mutt $20 for gas,
That's true.
and that's why he couldn't go.
Possibly.
Yeah. So that'd be a shame. That would have been good content from our perspective. That would have been great producer show content, which, as you know, pre-show when we were talking about what to discuss, we need that content from the producer
Desperately.
show. Desperately, we need that
Yes.
content. So other unnamed takeaways for you, Brando? Anything?
I thought they went over the Jared Carabas thing again. I don't know if it was if he had another quote, was it, or was it the same thing he said before about the golden age, and he was kind of a part of the golden age, and it fell off after COVID started.
This was him responding to that, where he said it was taken out of
The video.
context. It was a
Right.
clip that
Exactly.
of
And
course
it was exactly what they predicted.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jared Carabas was going to say. And he
that's
said
who Jared is.
Yeah, yeah. So, I don't think anything else from the unnamed that was notable. Nothing new like
I
Barstool
had one
News.
small
Something.
thing.
Oh,
Just that I don't remember exactly what it was, but Portnoy had like a memory issue, and I was just thinking, what is this with Dave's and not being able to remember anything?
No, but I remember words. I think right. Like I can't remember my.
I
past.
remember words.
I can't remember my past, but
That's a
I think I would remember unauthorized. I would remember that.
yeah. Dave has always like mispronounced things or
Portnoy, yeah,
like
he's
there's
bad about that.
mispronouncing names. Like there's compilations of him like mispronouncing names or things.
Yes.
Or
Yep.
misremembering things. So that's nothing new.
What did he say? Like inauthored or what did he,
He said
say?
it's an unauthored biography.
Unauthored. It's
It
close.
has to be authored technically.
And that was good that you brought that up because I know Kirk said there that guy has tweeted a shit ton at the show account and obviously probably at Dave.
So what happened was someone wrote an unauthorized biography of Dave Portnoy,
Right.
and it got picked up by the Daily Mail. The headlines, they were talking about that yesterday. Kirk said that the author has been tweeting, tagging Kirk like nonstop, trying to get him to retweet it, trying to get him
Right.
to promote it.
Yep.
And so you have some news on that.
Well, he reached out to us via DM and he wants to come on the show. I don't know. First of all, I haven't read the book. I don't think you guys have read the book either. I don't think Kirk is necessarily planning on reading that book. Dave Portnoy is not even planning on reading that book. So I don't necessarily know what the value of that human being is, right? He didn't write the headline at the Daily Mail or anything like that.
No.
So I don't know. I guess we'll let Kirk know that he wants to come on. And if, that's still a thing, April 16th, that Kirk wants to do it. But it's probably very unlikely, I would assume.
Is there any point of having him on a producer show, or definitely just save it for Kirk? If,
Yeah,
if
that could
it's gonna
probably
happen?
kill 5 minutes, Justin, actually.
Maybe
We should. Can we test
studio.
We should ask permission.
In
We
studio
should.
guest.
Yeah, we'll fly him out here for one of the producers.
Guy seems pretty, normal.
Yes, yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily think, it doesn't mean that book is a bad thing. I don't know too
No.
much about the book. I remember there was an article about it before it came out, but I don't necessarily think it's a negative thing about Dave. Like, if you're writing a book about Dave, you got to write about some of that shit.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that the book is just shitting on him.
I am excited though for the author or the authored biography coming out soon.
Yes.
That he hinted at. He
Francis
has a
involved.
Oh,
in that.
yeah.
publisher and everything like that. And he said there's going to be some stories in there that he's hinted at in the past that he
Yep.
hasn't been able to say.
Definitely.
So I feel like that's a good. And then who knows? Does it get optioned into a movie?
You never know. I mean, there are
could
shows
go.
that. Well, I can't get into that. Let's see here. What's next?
So yesterday, staying on the Mut thing a little bit.
Oh.
So yesterday, we got an email
Yep.
from Mutstack.
Oh, right.
Normally
Yes.
it's Friday. He sent out one on Thursday. I
Always
clicked this.
lovely to see an extra Mutstack every now and then.
Hey,
Is
Mutstack subscriber. As I mentioned in last week's Friday 4-pack, I hope you can take about 120 seconds to complete a 7-question subscriber survey. This will help me learn more about you, and in turn, shape some plans for the future here at Mutstack. Even my mom said it's easy to fill out. Took about 2 minutes. Simple. Signed, Mom. Which I don't know if that's what she says.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. So you click on it.
Yep.
7 questions. Oh, this is going to help.
Now, by the way, it's from a marketing perspective. This is great, right? Because
Yes.
if you're a newsletter subscriber to the Mutstack, this is your sticky audience, Brando, and you want to know how they're thinking so you can give them more of what they want. So this is a smart play by
Well,
Mut.
you just want not
Yeah.
necessarily what they're thinking too, like what the demographics are
Sure.
on Mutstack. So first
Yep.
question is, what is your gender?
Ooh, that's
Male, female, or prefer to self-describe?
okay.
So we're gonna hit like every other person who received this email. We're gonna hit male.
I was going to go with non-binary.
Yeah, you could do that. You could write that in.
But I'm gonna guess. If I were to guess, based on like the YouTube analytics of KMS, which I do think
98%.
overlap a little bit
Yep.
with
A
Mutstack.
little bit
here.
overlap? Yeah.
I'm
think
gonna
you're
say
right.
probably about like 97% male.
Yep.
Fair.
What is your age?
Okay.
Let's see.
30-ish, I'd say, is the average. No, probably 40 or 50 maybe from Mut.
25 to 30. I'm going to say 20. I'm 28, so
Yep.
25 to 34.
Yep.
I'm going to guess the average is probably late 30s.
400 pounds.
Oh, no, that would
Oh,
be a
sorry.
good question.
Late 30s is good. Yeah.
What's your country of residence?
That is just, this is clearly just like a generic thing that Substack is.
What's your
yeah.
country of... I'd be curious to see how many people choose
Australia.
Costa Rica,
I know like
Croatia,
2 or 3
Cuba.
maybe.
And the thing is like, it's one of those ones where like sometimes it's in alphabetical order, but they put United States right up top.
Yeah.
So it takes,
Yes. Yep.
not this
Which
one.
I
No,
always
you gotta scroll.
you
appreciate
gotta
instead of
scroll.
having
You
to
gotta
scroll
find
down.
it.
100%. Yep. You
United
got to find
States
it.
right there. Oh, now you got to select the state. Okay, so I'm gonna guess
Naturally.
70%, 60% Massachusetts.
Why don't you hit Connecticut?
Yeah, I would say.
I'll hit Connecticut for you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say more 80%. but go on.
Represent.
Yep.
How do you feel about the frequency of posts on Mutstack?
Oh, not enough.
Far too frequent, slightly
Way
too
too
frequent,
much.
just right, slightly infrequent, far too infrequent.
Far too infrequent.
Okay,
Far too
I'm gonna hit
infrequent.
that too. I need more Mutstack.
Yep.
Is there anything you wish you got more out of Mutstack? You know, you can hit multiple options here. Do you wish more paywalled posts?
Okay.
More
Yeah, that's what people want. It's more paywall.
Yeah, make me pay for it.
Is quality an option?
more video
Wow.
posts?
That's just a joke.
More audio / podcast posts.
Yep.
More community features like chats, discords, Zoom meetings, etc. I'd love to see.
The Mut
I'd give anything to
Discord.
see Mut.
Mut just
Mutstack
running the
Discord
Discord.
I'd give
goes
anything to
crazy.
see that. Yeah.
Longer posts, shorter posts, more interactions with the author, more posts to read weekly, fewer posts to read weekly, remain 100% free.
This is a check one. You can select
can check-
multiple
yes.
Can you
things.
do multiple or no?
Yeah, I would say
100% free.
more interactions with Mut. Less,
Videos and stuff like
yes,
that.
videos, audio, and less words. Like less written words.
Short,
Yes.
So I'm going to hit more video posts, more
Definitely.
audio / podcast posts,
Yep.
Yeah.
shorter posts, and more interactions with author. And you, Brando, you want me to
100% free.
Remain 100% free.
I think that's one of the biggest things. I mean, that is free, honestly. I don't mean to.
Do you think that you are
Put
the
Mut
first person
down.
to fill out this?
no,
survey?
no.
Okay.
I think the Mutstack.
Okay.
But Elio filled it out.
Oh, that's sure. Probably.
Have you placed a bet on sports or horse racing in the last 6 months?
No, never have.
I have. Yep.
I'm gonna hit yes on
Okay.
that. Do you plan on attending a live game or concert in 2025?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably, yeah.
Yes, as well. And that's it.
Those are some good questions, I would say.
So there's something that ties in with concerts or something? Does he have a sponsor?
I would
Geek or something like that?
I would assume he just wants to get a collection of data points that then he can feed. What's like the biggest advertising agency in the country? There's got to be somebody he's working with. And then that way he can give them all that data so that they can shop it to.
Is he just selling people's data to make extra money?
It has to
But
be. That could be it too.
I think when you sign up, you pick like your gender and your age and stuff, or maybe it's just
For
you just
Substack?
maybe you just type in your email.
Wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world to have some fields auto filled out for you. Wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world. I like when that happens. Because, to your point, you probably already put some of that data into Substack,
Right.
I would assume.
Want to submit? Thank you. Your response has been recorded.
Okay.
So
All right. Wait, that's good data for him to then go out and shop advertising.
I would like to see, hopefully, maybe not this Mutstack because it comes out today and you're still able to fill out the form, but maybe next Mutstack he gives the results of the survey.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
How many?
That would be
What percentage is male? What
He'll do
percentage is-
that. He'll do
The
that.
analytics, he's got to. That's easy.
That'll be the last
content.
That'll be the last paragraph of what's going to lead Mutstack today, in your opinion.
Dave Portnoy talking about him again, or is it too obscure?
I'm going to say the Celtics.
Oh yeah,
You think
Celtics.
so? Yeah. I'm
NCAA.
going to say.
Celtics?
Yeah, because this is big gambling, so I guess he could go with March Madness, and it appeals to more people. Yeah, it's either that. It's either March Madness or the Celtics, I would assume. Which, by the way, I mean, I haven't read too much into this guy. I like that the guy's a local guy buying the Celtics. Not much is going to change, right? Wick's going to be around till 2027, I think, or no, 2028.
Yeah, something like that.
So that's good. The only thing I think it was Jim Murray yesterday saying, like, if you bought a team for $6.1 billion, like, how do you make money on that? You're just hoping that the value of the team goes up.
What's the guy's net worth though? Is it around like $6 billion?
Well, there's a collection of individuals that are also buying into this thing too. So I think $1 billion of it is like a consortium.
But what I'm saying is like he's not like a Steve Ballmer or like where it's like he's willing to lose money on this team because he's worth, like if Elon Musk bought the team, that's the thing.
Yeah.
He could lose $1 billion a year.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I think Jim just made a good point where he was saying, like, if you're spending that much money to buy the team, like, you're never making money on it. So why are you going to spend a crazy amount of money on new players and all that stuff? Like, at some point, unless you're just literally holding it and you're willing to spend money year to year and you're holding it for 25 years when it's going to be 10 billion, which is crazy to think about.
It's going to be a lot more than 10 billion in 10 years the way things are going.
Yeah, crazy.
20 years ago when they bought the team, it was 350 million. It's 20x since then.
Right. Right. So it's that was a good investment for the Grosswick family. We'll say that much. Let's see. I'm just looking at the chat to see. Big Miss not asking, are you a KMS listener? That's from Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn also is obsessed with wanting to know if this trivia is coming back. Because last time there was a little bit of a break. We did a trivia show. Mm-hmm. We can certainly do it.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was there like a response in general to it though? I don't really remember anybody.
I think people liked
that
it
much.
People that were in on it liked it.
That was the one where
Freddie's going to be in on
Freddie
it.
loves trivia.
Yeah.
He just loves trivia. And by the way, Freddie yesterday was wrong. There was some audio issues with Dave Portnoy on Name Show the other day. Freddie still thinks that show is being sent to Watertown. That show is not being sent to Watertown to then stream out.
No, it's being sent
we
to
have nothing
New
to do.
York,
We have nothing to do outside of sending Kirk's feed to them. We have nothing to do with the distribution of the Unnamed Show. So that's all somewhere else. But let me just check. I'm checking it's a hedge fund, says Roscoe. So he's worth $7.6 billion, says Kevin from Bristol.
He's cutting it close. He's cutting it close.
Too much.
Yeah. All right.
Only 1.6 to play with after that.
Speaking of Kevin and Bristol, did you see he posted
I sure did.
a video yesterday?
Yeah, let's play that video.
2+ weeks without the Kirkman show, and everything is going just fine. No problems here.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Brando? Everything seems to be going fine. Nobody's losing their mind.
Surprisingly, nothing. No. There's
you
not
think
as much infighting as there has been before. I would say when he's taking breaks.
There's been a little bit here and there, like with Kane, Snell.
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit of Snell.
Kane and I still think probably the craziest thing, which is kind of like underreported.
Clemmer?
No, it was Kane and Stein when he was like going back and forth talking about how he was going to like put him in the ICU or something like that.
That's very funny.
Yep.
He said he was going to like roundhouse kick him or something like that.
Do you think it's just the temperature of the audience in the sense that like maybe because Kirk's doing Unnamed that they're seeing him every week still? It's not like he's fully gone? Because most shows are once a week. Most shows aren't 3 times, 4 times a week. Is it just feel to everybody else that even though KMS is on a break right now, that Kirk is still around and he's active?
I will say, like, shout out like Menners. I do think he's doing a good job with the network.
Definitely is. Yeah.
Like during the break.
Yep.
He's still putting out consistent shows, having people do consistent shows. I know.
Yeah.
Are you mad that he just called out Menners and saying for help, and here you are producing
no,
content and
as
going
a
on other
as a
shows,
C-
and you didn't?
I'm
say
a loyal soldier.
No, I'm talking about like as the CEO of the network.
as leadership.
Manners
Okay.
could have easily said like, "Hey, we're going to also be taking a break, or there's nothing to talk about with the show, so we're
Right.
doing this." But Manners is trying different things. He's trying the Minifan Network show,
Yes.
Yep.
M&S.
which will be back next
Rolls
week.
right off the
He's still
tongue.
doing Manners live.
Yeah, we were
and
talking about that
Brando's killing it.
So who's on that? Well,
Trying.
no, I don't want. We'll promote that later. I don't want to. You got the Kevin from Bristol tweet.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
finish
yes.
that up.
Yeah.
So this
We don't promote
starts
the
off
Brando
with
show on this show.
with
That's
Kevin,
going to be one of our bits now.
with Kevin from Bristol
not a
pointing
bit.
a gun in his head.
Yep.
What?
Oh, hello there, Minifans. No, I'm fine. How are you? Listen, Kirk said this was a break, not a break up. So it'll all be okay. Sure, morale is lower than Menner's toilet.
Takes a shot.
It's a pretty decent one-liner.
And sometimes you just feel lonelier than a pus volcano in the middle of Justin's forehead.
They're not lonely.
That's
they
normal.
they bring
They have
friends.
friends.
I mean, it's a jungle out there, man. And sometimes you feel like Blind Mike trying to thread a needle at gunpoint. But we gotta stick together. The Kirk Minahan show will be back.
That's right.
And we'll see each other soon. Hang in there, guys.
Puts a noose on.
Right.
A very weak noose that would
I
not
didn't
hold
make
his
it
weight.
to the end.
It would not hold his weight.
It was a nice video. That's fine. It's fine. Everything to his point. Everything's going fine. Everything. No problems. No reason to cause any issues.
For some reason, whenever I think of Kevin from Bristol, I think of back in the day when he was doing like YouTube shows and stuff like that, and he would have that jet black hair.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Seeing him with
and
this new style is a little jarring.
Kirk would always say like, "Why are you dyeing your hair? It looks like shit." And I
Yeah.
never thought it looked terrible, but like I will say, Kirk, believe it or not, Kirk was right again.
Yep.
Kevin looks good, gray.
He does look good.
Looks good, gray.
Yeah.
He's got like a kind of like a Santa Claus look,
Yep.
kind of like a.
I always think of him. He was a hat guy for so long, and now I haven't seen him. Did he wear a hat in Laconia? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I don't think so, but
Friday night, did he wear a hat?
he was
I
a
don't know.
pretty. He was a handsome man in person.
Let's get your take on not
Kevin
necessar-
from Bristol.
on the Laconia house. I know you've said it a little bit from on your show and stuff, but for people who didn't get a chance to see that, what did you think of the Montante house and the vibe with all the other Minifans in one room in one home together?
It was cool. It was super fun. I get to meet a lot of the guys that I've known through Twitter and different stuff like that from over the years. It was a great vibe. I mean, everyone. I was playing ping pong with Mick and Matt from Providence. That was fun. You got Andy Mayo there, Daver, Mima, Montante. Montante and Daver are just like absolute derelicts. Like, what do you call it? They're just gambling on soccer the whole time, which was pretty funny.
People should gamble responsibly.
Yes,
But
always.
what was I going to say? Can you confirm or deny Steve Snell saying that Dave walked in there, cock of the walk, didn't give a fuck about anything else, kind of wanted everyone to.
Brando
rub
in his
dick
head
a
right
little
now
bit.
he's debating whether or not to like
Do
be
a bit.
funny or do a
Do
bit.
it.
He's-
No.
That's what's going on in his head. But I have the text.
Don't
I have the
let,
receipts.
do not let
do what
him,
you want to do, Brando. Do what you want to do.
Do not let him push you.
Yeah, do what you want to do, Brando.
Either way.
He he thought his shit didn't stink.
Yeah.
He walked
right.
in.
This is
He
what I've
said,
heard.
Yep.
"Grab me a beer, peasant."
Yeah, this is
I
what
think
I've
he
heard.
said that
I
to,
did
like,
hear that.
Dave.
I
or
like
something.
the angle you picked.
But
I
me
like
on the
it.
other hand, I was. What did Snell say? That I was the nicest person
It
in
was
the
something
world.
along the lines that you gave everybody like ample time or whatever.
Remember,
Yeah.
Brando? You said I got to race like a piss horse, and I
Yeah.
started laughing, and I put my
You've
arm
told that,
around you and
yes.
kissed your forehead, and
That
go,
joke
"This
hits
is
every
my
time.
guy. This is my guy."
That joke
Yeah.
hits every time.
And that, I did appreciate that you liked that one. And what was funny, I thought about the house was they were playing Pong, and Coleman was sinking like every shot, which was very funny to me. That
Back
he's
in the
good.
BC
At,
days.
he's good at beer
Yep.
pong, but
Yep.
he cannot shoot a basketball to save his life.
That's a funny point. I haven't even considered that.
Is that a thing? They were using water, right? That's
That's what you do. Yeah.
Is that
Drink
like
beer
a-
on the side?
is that a post certain age group? Because I never did the water thing.
You
Is
did
that-
beer? You did actual beer?
Yeah.
I've only seen
That could
actual
just be like
beer in
health-
the cups like 3 times ever. Maybe.
Would that be health related?
Yeah.
Just because it's dirty.
People
That
don't
kinda
want the
makes
ball
sense.
that hits the floor and stuff in the
Yeah.
beer.
I'm
but,
sure we
I mean,
did it at some point.
I
but
don't care.
Majority of the time I saw it was we played with beer.
That was
don't know.
I was playing for like 2 minutes, and I go, "Oh, I remember. I don't like drinking games.
Drinking games are where it gets dangerous.
Well, it's
You
not
just
even
drink too
dangerous.
fast.
It's just like I'm just gonna drink at like my own pace."
Yeah. Right.
So
So everything was good there. The vibes were high.
besides
all around.
besides Dave.
Yeah.
Besides
Besides me, I ruined. I ruined the night for
It was
everybody.
like a dark cloud rolling in when he did show up.
Yeah, let's go, Brando. Drag him.
No, everyone was super cool. You guys were awesome. Coleman, it was hilarious. He walked from the theater because there were
far
no
walk.
Ubers.
Oh, jeez.
It was freezing that
Coleman
night
did?
too. Yeah, he walked from
good for him.
Whatever.
It was very cold. There was ice
Why
all
don't you
over
just
the.
find somebody to drive with or go with.
I have no idea, but I had Montante in the back of my truck. I had John and Warren and Mick in the cab, and this is where I started to hear a little something from Mick. He muttered something about Kirk's going to be mad at me or something like that.
Oh.
And that was the only inclination of anything.
This is in the car when?
In the cab after the live show.
Oh.
Me, John and Warren, and Mick are in the cab, stuffed in my little truck. Very funny. The breathalyzer is going off. I have to blow into the breathalyzer. Montante's in the back. It's like 6 degrees with wind.
Yep.
You couldn't make this shit up. And then
He's in like the bed.
He's in the bed, yeah.
Jesus.
He's in the back. And Mick says something like,
So Mick was feeling it at that point.
yeah, he was like, he's not going to be happy or something like that. But remember, Mick on his podcast said he sent a
Kirk a
text
message
that
Right,
day.
that's right.
after
Which is
Laconia. It must have been
insane,
like
by
right
the
after
way.
Laconia. It
I
must have
think
been right
he's off
after the
base.
show.
I think he's off base
So
on a lot of this stuff.
That would probably infuriate me if I was Kirk. If Kirk
Yeah.
like, just did a show and then got a DM from pretty much anybody, like especially somebody who's kind of an insider
Bitching.
at that time. Like if I were Mick, I probably would have waited like 24 hours to send that if I was upset. But I don't know. So, all right, let's go into a couple other things here. Let's see here. Oh, you wanted to talk a little bit just about like coming in studio with Kirk. Like we're talking a little bit before the show. You just said how nervous you were throughout. Both Justin and I said you didn't come off nervous like maybe in the beginning, but after you settled in pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, I was very, very nervous. You
Yeah.
could see me fidgeting around. You
Are
could
you
see
nervous
me
to do the
drink
producer
water.
show?
I was okay up until like I saw the building and I pulled up, and I was pretty nervous when I was out there. And then kind of right before the cameras go on, it seems to hit. Like when we're bullshitting, it's all good, but then
Right.
when you know you're about to be on, then it sometimes
The
hits.
bright lights in here. What do you think about the studio upgrade so far?
Totally different new place.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That was a mean tweet by the Viva account. Things are happening. Things are ordered.
Yeah.
Technology is in.
yes.
Buzzing's gone.
I saw a great Quidditch
waiting on
guy.
some
Did you see
deliveries.
Quidditch guy's thing?
yes, I did see
That was
that.
very
was funny.
funny.
Yes.
The entire studio has been painted.
Yep.
It's a dark gray. It was a dark blue. It's hard to like tell.
I could
the
not
difference.
tell the difference.
you
I
cannot-
thought you did it the same color.
You're right.
But
Like
still.
right now, you cannot tell the color because that beam is still the same color.
No, it's not. I actually painted that.
Oh, you painted that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Communication's big with these guys.
How about that one?
Everything's been painted, Dave.
How about? Okay. All right. Then it looks good overall.
He did pretty good, it looks like. He mostly colored within the lines, which is
Oh, it
good.
was this spot. It was over
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
yeah,
that
yeah,
area.
yeah, yeah.
in the
So
back
you can kind
corner.
of see a difference, but
It's like really close though.
yes,
But it's fresh paint.
But it's
Looks
nice.
good.
No more holes in the wall. Shout
Right.
out Kirk Spanner came in.
Right.
Shout out
Oh, nice.
Brandon from I don't know his name, just from the Laconia band.
Oh yeah.
Westerly Paints. He donated the
Yes, he
the paint
did.
to a great,
Oh, nice.
He's great.
Great Minifan.
He's great. If you're from that neck of the woods, he has some solo shows coming up. So.
He's the guy from, what's it called, that left the band? Is
Yes.
it the same
No
guy?
Exit 4. Yes,
Four?
yes, yes. Brandon.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Brandon.
Another Brandon, fellow Brandon.
yes.
Brandon stick together.
Brando
Let's
Power.
go, Brandon.
He is a.
Oh, God.
he is a great guy.
That was the worst.
Let's see. What do you want to hit next, Justin? That's exciting. I got a text from Bish on my way here.
Oh,
by the way.
you gotta hear this.
It's nothing overwhelming. It's
You gotta go
with
Bish.
Bish.
yeah.
Stop underselling.
He
it.
talks more in the DMs than he did on the show.
Hey Dave, it's now I got like, maybe it's a bit. I guess it's back to the bits. Like, hey Dave, just touching base. When Kirk comes back, I'm definitely interested in redemption.
Yeah, no.
Great
like,
job with the producer show.
I think we're. I mean, Kirk did message us. He said first show back. It's just
We got to make sure
like,
Bish is there.
It's not even us. He just
Yeah.
wants it to be like him and Bish.
Right? Should we just have Bish come in one of the producer shows and just sit and say nothing? That wouldn't be a bad
You
idea.
need to
wants
replace Kirk
redemption.
with
Yeah.
Bish.
He wants redemption. So
It should
maybe
be the
maybe
Bish
maybe
show.
that's the start of the redemption.
A lot of people at Laconia, Brando was even mentioned this earlier. A lot of people at Laconia saw a little bit of redemption from Bish. There was some good moments from Bish in Laconia.
Oh yeah, the videos.
Very funny.
Yep.
I think it wasn't. I don't think it was the hardest laugh the crowd gave, but the opening video with the surviving
After
when
Kelly.
it cuts to him and he's like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck did I do?"
Well, we're blamed, right? Because wasn't that after what spot was that after?
that was after the Montante.
That spot.
I said that I didn't word it. Is that
N-word
way?
spot.
In that way? Was it after Metate or do we? I think we moved it to later. I think
bad
that was a
spot.
last minute. Either way, there was a laugh and it overtook a little bit, and it's tough to time those things.
Bish killed it.
Yeah, Bish was great.
Text him. You've already been redeemed, my friend.
What did I say
No
back?
need to be redeemed. It's already happened.
Sounds great. I'll keep you posted. That's what I texted back.
I did officially get the Dave Cullinane phone number today, which seems like a big.
Oh, you
a
were
big
you were
deal.
very pleased with that.
I am.
It's not. Well, you
Anyone DM me if you want it.
Well, I always,
$10.
I always feel bad because you could have been waiting, which you may have been. How long were you in the car?
I gave it
outside?
like 2-3 minutes, and I
Okay.
said I'll just walk up because
Yeah.
that's kind of what I did last time. I'm not sure how long it took last time when I actually went on the show, but I figured at this point I had already been in, so I'll just come up the stairs. But
Right.
I just said, "Am I good to come up?"
Yep.
I knew Justin was here because of the car with the stuff in the back window,
Right.
and I explained to the girlfriend the Justin bit of kind of being messy, and Kirk is just like just
bit,
just
yeah.
clean it.
Yep.
It's definitely a bit.
It's a
not,
bit.
It's not a deep rooted mental issue.
Have you? I haven't looked at your car. Have you cleaned it since the
Pretty
live
clean.
show?
It's very clean.
Oh, okay. You cleaned it.
It's not very clean. There's some clothes in the back, but some water bottles, but
Yeah.
there's no
For
like
you.
there's no like food wrappers or
That's good.
anything. It's very clean for me.
Well, you're doing no fast food, so that's gotta help.
Yes. So
Yeah.
How's the Factor thing going?
it's going. Still eating it pretty much every day. Yeah, it's good.
Has it changed? Even if you weren't going to eat Factor today, maybe you ran out or whatever. Has it changed? How
Oh, my
much
stomach
food you're
is
right,
definitely
like how much you're
smaller.
consuming each day or whatever.
Like
Yeah.
my
It'll
my
shrink.
stomach. Like when I first started, it was like I would eat one and I'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm still very fucking hungry.
Right.
But yeah, my stomach has shrunk quite
Well, that's
a bit.
huge.
so.
It's a huge change. So,
Hmm.
what else? What else you guys want to hit that we missed?
I know Brando. So you had Clemmer on this week,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and you hinted at a big guest for next week.
You also shit on him. Let's just call it like it is. That you thought the Clemmer bump was going to happen. It just doesn't.
Yes,
doesn't
before the show,
exist.
you were saying
doesn't
that,
exist.
You were saying that you're surprised that the view count for the Clemmer episode is going to be like a normal Brando show.
I was just surprised that it was about the same views as my solo show because I kind of put him in the echelon of like when I had you on or when I had Coleman on, which was like closer to 700 or 800 views, and I don't know. I was just surprised that I didn't get a big bump from him, but it was a fun conversation. Him and Kane got to kind of air their stuff out, which was good. But
Yep.
I enjoyed it. The Magic stream is awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of taken over. People are excited about that. The Magic
That's a big thing. At
Made the
least a couple
playoffs.
days a week
Yep.
to fill in the void.
Definitely.
good
made the
timing.
playoffs. It's not today
Yeah.
because of the tournament, but
Yep.
um,
But what do you say? Isn't he going to do more next week? No, not next week. But
I
he
think-
tries to do. He goes heavy early in the week. Is that
Well,
what he's
only
planning
if
to do?
only if he misses a day. He did a 3-hour stream on Wednesday because he
Yep.
couldn't do Friday.
Right.
They made the playoffs, and then spoiler alert, and then they lost in the first round, 3
3-1.
games to 1.
yes.
I will say
against,
this.
Bullets.
I'll say this because you just mentioned him. Kane bringing on that other guy to analyze the picture.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
So for those that don't know, Kane on Kane's corner this week, the first 30 minutes, I'd say,
Yeah, at least
was just him talking with his
an old buddy of his.
an old restaurant guy, back of the house guy,
Yep.
talking about Roscoe's food. And I know Brando, you had something to say about that, right?
I thought it was just very funny that he had one of his chef or cook buddies on to shit on Wright's Chicken Farm. I did think it was odd though. I'm a Kane guy. I'm a Caniac. It's not always easy.
your
It's
producer,
kind of like
be careful.
It's kind of like being a maniac. There's ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. But I thought it was odd that he shit down Roscoe's throat about Wright's Chicken Farm, and he had not been to Wright's Chicken Farm. So
Yeah.
I thought that was a little bit suspect.
I didn't even think the other chef. I think he was just like, you can't tell anything from a picture like that.
Right.
So I was like, it really didn't. It didn't add up to much of anything.
It didn't look
Yeah.
great. In his defense, the picture made it look not great. Like that sauce, Kirk was right. Like that, the sauce looked dreadful or whatever he said.
Yeah.
It looked kind of like dog food. So, and those fries did not look good at all either.
I support
Looked
small
soggy.
businesses. I wouldn't shit on it anyway. You got to support small.
Here's an
businesses.
interesting twist in the Kane, Kane versus the Mick back of house, front of house thing.
Yep.
I went to a place the other day. On the menu, it said a 2% charge will be added to all bills that goes directly to the back of the house.
Okay.
I didn't
Somebody
hate it.
had a
That's
tweet.
good.
Somebody had a tweet the other day of that. I don't know if it was you. I think it was another.
It was not me.
Maybe.
No, but
Was that a local place or
it was in
like-
Providence.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a chain restaurant or anything.
Yes,
like that.
yeah, it was like a own like just a single.
Yeah, I'm not upset by that.
I don't mind
at all.
that. Give the back of the house some love.
Right.
You know, over the course of everyone eats there, you split it up. It's probably maybe $100 a person or so.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Let's see. I'm checking in on the chat to see if they're saying anything.
Where are we at studio wise, other than the paint? Where are we at? Like
we're waiting on
planning?
some things we ordered from a design standpoint. Multiple things. Once that gets done, the backdrop goes in, right?
Yep.
And then pretty close. It's not like what do you want this like? If you're thinking about a studio overhaul, what do you want to see out of it?
I don't have anything in mind. I'm not very creative in that way or in general, like thinking stuff out like that. I think just simple, like just a better version of kind of what he had, just a little bit cleaner.
Yep.
New coat of paint. It doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Right.
It shouldn't be this big, fancy, flashy studio because it just doesn't feel right, with Kirk.
I agree. I don't even think like even Barstool's other studio. You think they're? I mean, they have a lot of stuff going on in their studios, but it's not overwhelming the amount of. It's not like going into a television studio.
Yeah.
With the amount of shit that they have in there. Like some of them, I don't even think some of them have like professional lighting in their studios or anything like that. It's just like this. So. Yeah, I think from this situation, it's just going to have a newer backdrop looking thing where the guest third chairs like yourself will sit. We'll have a different look on it. Menners is going to get his new camera shots that he's begging for. Mm-hmm. And besides that, I think it's pretty, pretty basic, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, and we're going to be drilling some holes after this, right? Just the boys drilling some holes in the wall to put some wires through?
I don't think we need that. This gets people upset. We get so many DMs of people who want to come in and help us with the build, and we're like, we got it. It's taken care of. And then
it's like I know, like some people mentioned. So we got the lights fixed in the entire studio, but like we went,
which by the way isn't on us.
We went through the landlord, and like the landlord's like nephew
like
came by and fixed the lights.
Had to. That wasn't like we weren't replacing a light. This is literally had to do the wiring over in some of the spots and stuff like that. So. Is a little bit bigger than that.
How many producers does it take to change a light bulb, Brando?
Right.
A lot.
Right.
So that means no drilling with the boys after this. Is that what you're telling me?
No drilling. Yeah, you're not going to be drilling today. Yes. No. I think that's pretty much.
Yeah, Menners live tonight. I think I have some news to break on that.
Oh, you're going on?
I believe I'll be joining Menners.
Hell yeah!
Wow.
Tonight. So
you're wait a minute. You're breaking news that you're going on,
or
are you breaking news when you're on? You said you
I'm breaking news that I'm going on.
You're breaking news that you're going on.
I broke news 2 producer shows ago.
Well, it's got to play out. It's kind of under the radar. Yeah, I think one show. What show on the network acknowledged it? Was it Menner's show? Oh, I think it was Tommy Quinlan. Tommy Quinlan acknowledged that you broke that news that Bill Belichick was engaged.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you had a source.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of Tommy Quinlan, big opportunity for him. He's going back to his alma mater and alma mater. I can't say that.
Alma mater.
Yep.
That's alma mater.
Mm-hmm. There's an
Did I say it right the first? Did I say it right the first time? And then I got mind fucked. Okay.
You got it.
And he's doing he's talking to the kids and giving some lessons about how to get into broadcasting and all this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So good for him. But besides that, unrelated show I think is coming out. Bobby Costa, I think we talked about earlier before the show was going to be on that this week. And then I think he's going to be on that MNS next week as well, right?
Barstool Advisor with BA.
With BA.
BA. The return of BA. It's he's kind of an OG. It'd be good to see him back on the network.
Yeah, one of the old Minsell Intel boys.
Where are you going to go to lunch? I saw you tweeted out that you want to know where to go to lunch in Watertown. Where are you going to go?
It's not going to break the bank.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there's like
lunch
a
doesn't
place...
really break the bank anyway. You basically just said I don't want to go to a high-end restaurant.
Yeah, I don't want to pay like a crazy amount just to get some food. Like I'm willing to spend like, $50 or $60 between, me and
Do you think if you said where should I go to lunch in Watertown, do you think that the responses were going to be like Davio's?
No, I might have been overthinking it in the moment.
Even Davio's I wouldn't say is like crazy.
No, but I would think it has like a more sit down, have to wear nice clothes. Like he's dressed up nice, by the way.
Generally, yeah.
You have to dress up nice to kind of go there. I think you're going to get more like, I don't know, locally owned type places or whatever, pizza shop recommendations.
Yeah,
stuff
nothing
like
crazy.
What's the chat say? Chat, Roscoe wants you to go to Subway. That's one.
I don't take food advice from Roscoe.
No, you don't. That's good. I would say go to that pizza place that I haven't tried yet, but if Kirk goes there regularly, that one in Watertown, I would go there personally.
What's that? Stella's? Is that
Stella's,
what you're
I
saying
think
before?
it's called, right?
It's a little bit of a drive. It's probably like 8 minutes away.
Halfway right there is great. Halfway's fantastic.
Of course.
What other? Did you get any recommendations or no?
Let me see. Kirk says he wants to go to Papa Gino's. So
Could do that.
I don't know what that means.
Kirk said he wants to go to Papa Gino's with me after this.
He did say that.
Oh, yes,
He
yes.
did say
yes.
that. I'm sure he did.
So
Swing and a miss from Brando on that one, folks.
It's all right. It's all right.
You know, they don't all land. You know, I've learned that over the years.
Wrights does lunch on Fridays, is what Roscoe says.
I don't care what day it is. I'm not gonna be going there for a little while. The place that I think we decided, the girlfriend found is like it's like a breakfast place, but it does breakfast all day. It's 8 minutes away or something like that.
nice.
Breakfast all day. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some French toast or something.
There you
some
go.
eggs and bacon.
There you go.
I
Like
think
that.
so. I think we'll do something like that. But I just wanted nothing insanely fancy. I don't know.
Yep. I did not bring up Davios to mention Karen Reed though yesterday.
Oh, man.
It was a crazy day in the Karen Reed trial yesterday. That's the
That
only news
just
I saw
goes
yet.
like so over my head.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
don't-
like,
yeah.
I
Who was the
have
one
no-
who came in here talking about it? I try to stay
That would
away
be
from
Tim
it.
and Cam.
Oh, Tim and Cam was in. Yeah.
very involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty much it. Unless you guys got something.
No, we went over all my stuff.
All right, let's go drill some holes, Justin.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Are we off?